Hi guys, so today we have a new video review. Finally we have a chance to check fresh releases from Eduard, and this will be the first one of them. So it's a Profipack edition of the Z-326 or C-305. It's a Trener master aircraft, so basically a twin-seater with a prop in a front. And of course we have a commercial sample here, so it means this 1/48 scale kit is exactly the same as what you will get if you order it from official Eduard website. And note that the set number is 82183, and the box design, the box size is quite typical for a Profipack from Eduard. So here you can see comparison with my hand. Frankly speaking, I'm not sure if this box art is available as a poster, because sometimes Eduard produces them as a separate posters available for purchase, but it's a quite nice picture. We can all agree on that, I hope. And here on the side you can see also some safety advices. We have also address manufacturer, and for the kit number we have this small let's say cell. And on the opposite side you can see 6 marking options which are included into this kit, so they are quite colorful, which is somewhat, I would say, expected from this aircraft. So it will be interesting to check them closer when we will be taking a look at the assembly manual. But now we are going to open this box. As you can see, it's a top opening box, nothing difficult to open, and also all parts arrived intact, even though it was shipped with help of the postal service. As you can see, sprues are separated into several plastic bags. We have this clear sprue in a separate plastic bag, in a Ziploc bag. So I'm going to open it right now and we will take a closer look together. And straight away I can say that here we have the separate canopy parts. And this is really good for a 1/48 scale kit, because you will be able to open the canopy and expose the cockpit. And because we have a Profipack here, so we have also some P parts included, and this is really great. So everything will be exposed, or can be exposed if you would like to. And let's not forget also about the available brushing accessories, which can improve the overall detailing of this aircraft in case you are, let's say, not satisfied with what you get out of the box. But overall, as you can see, molding quality is really good. We get some parts for different versions, so obviously they will not be used and they will stay in your spare parts box. Okay, next we continue with the first plastic bag. As you can see, it's a resealable plastic bag. We have 2 plastic sprues here, so I'm going to open them right now and we will take a closer look together. So just give me a moment. First of all, we have the sprue J, and here we have a mix of parts. So you can notice that we get several propeller types. We also get several instrument panel types, as well as the some of the cockpit parts. But what is interesting about the dashboards or instrument panels is that we get both pre-molded dials and also plain versions. So the plain version, it will be handy for the P parts, and the pre-molded dials version might be used with the decals. I hope they are included here, so you will be able to leverage them in case you are not able to use P parts due to some, let's say, age limitations with the eyesight, for example, or something else. Next we continue with the sprue C. So here we have, if I zoom out, I would say the biggest parts in this kit. So 2 fuselage halves and also 2 halves for each side of the wing. I would say this is somewhat classic design, but we have the flaps pre-molded, so in case you would like to drop them on your aircraft, it will require some additional accessory set from Eduard, obviously additional investment as well, but at least the ailerons are separate here. Note that the tail fin is pre-molded with the fuselage half, but the rudder will be separate. And I think it's also worth zooming in and showing these parts a bit closer, because as you can see, we have really nice imitation of the fabric surface tensioned over the aircraft structure. So this is also a quite good feature in the 1/48 scale. As for the wings, we have recessed panel lines and rivets. So this is also quite a useful thing, and I think it will be notable on the finished model. Now I just flipped over the sprue so that you can check what we have inside. Do not be worried about the plain cockpit walls because we have them molded as a separate parts, and now I'm opening another plastic bag where we actually get those parts. So just give me a second, I will place this sprue aside and we will start with another pair of the sprues. So first one here is the sprue E, and you can notice that this one is actually a mix of various parts. We even get some really small parts, even though this is a 1/48 scale. Here you can see comparison with my fingertips. Some of them will require the tweezers usage because otherwise it will be nearly impossible to get them into the right spot, and don't even try it because otherwise there is a great risk of losing them to the carpet monster, and then it will be really difficult to replicate them with your own hands and tools if you are unable to find them. So here you can also see the front panel for the engine bonnet. We also have some parts for the landing gear and also some landing gear wheels and cowling parts. Note that there is no engine included, so even though we get the separate bonnet panels or engine cowling panels, there is nothing inside. Some modders will be happy to learn this because they are not that, I would say, eager to work on the internal components which are later closed, or they just don't want to expose it on their aircraft. But of course you can also get it as an aftermarket kit. As far as I remember, Eduard actually offers a brassing set which replicates the engine on this aircraft. Here you can take a look from the opposite side. And now I will move it to the side because we have one more sprue. It's actually the last one, sprue J or H. Yeah, H. Here we have the H and there is J. I don't know why, but here we get the cockpit walls. Exactly what I was talking about. Cockpit floor, cockpit wall, and another cockpit wall, 2 pilot seats. And I would say that the standard cockpit should be quite nicely detailed because we also get the Profipack, so there should be some PE parts, I hope. I'm just going to check what we have here in the box. Yes, there are PE parts. So it means that you will get really nice cockpit out of the box. You don't have to pay extra for P parts because you get them in the standard package. And some modders would be happy to learn this because basically you get all necessary parts. You just need to get them together and you will be good to go. Okay, now let's zoom in and I will show you the P thread. So it was packed into the separate plastic bag. As you can see, we have also glazing over the dials. And overall, this pre-printed or color-printed PE thread is somewhat typical product for Eduard. So it means you will get a really nice quality out of the box. And it should be easy to work with those parts. Next, we have one more thing. So surprisingly, we get 2 masks sheets, which are pre-cut. And first one, as you can see here, it is, I would say, dedicated to the canopy parts and also for the landing gear wheels. But we have one more, which is surprisingly providing us a chance to replicate aircraft numbers and also some of the marking elements with help of masks. And I would say this is somewhat unusual for Eduard, but this is also a good thing because airbrushed symbols, airbrushed marking elements will look way more convincing than the decals, and not that many modelers are, I mean, some of the professional modelers are eager to try the actual airbrushing of the marking, not the decals application. Okay, one more thing in the separate plastic bag is the Decals sheet. It's one and only here, but it's quite large, so I will show it in a second. Maybe let's close the lenses so that you can see what I am talking about. So here we have decals printed in Eduard, obviously, and note that we have also a nice segmentation, so you won't have to cut through the whole Decals sheet. You actually get all the symbols for one marking option in one section. We also get the dials for the instrument panel, which is really nice for some modelers. And also, as I said, some of these symbols can be, for example, these anti-slip surfaces, they can be replicated with your masking and airbrushing. It will be up to you if you would like to go this way. And next we have the assembly manual. So this one is printed in form of large color printed brochure. We have a short history note on the first page. Next, if I open it, here we have the parts map, and also we have the assembly process, which starts with the cockpit. So you have to install the cockpit walls on the fuselage. And then we continue with the cockpit floor, and then it gets joined obviously in between the fuselage halves. Here we start working on the wings, and note that wings will be actually affixed with the help of the large spars, so you get the right fitment somewhat, and you also get reliable support for these large parts. Next we assemble the cowling. Again, I remind you that it will be empty inside, so some modders will be happy to learn this. Next we continue with the here a landing gear, and I can see the canopy parts. So of course you can open the canopy if you would like to. And here, by the way, you can see the position for the open canopy. We have also masking guide, and then we start with the first marking option. This one is from Czechoslovakia 1975. Here is another one from Hungary 2020. Here's another one is from Czechoslovakia 1965. One more from Czech Republic 2022, and one more here from Germany in 2022. And note that here we will have to use masks in order to replicate this aircraft number. And one more here is from France 2013, also quite an interesting thanks to this checkered rudder in my opinion. And also we have to use masks in order to replicate some of the camouflage elements or marking elements. So this kit should be already available. You can get it on official Eduard website together with various add-ons you would like to spend your money on. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.